Hello, book people. PT Hilton here. I'm here today with a question. A question for Saturday. I think I'm going to call these questionable Saturdays. Yeah, that's what I'll do. And maybe I'll put up one of these every Saturday and talk about it. Sometimes they might be more serious questions. Sometimes they might just be goofy, fun, like kind of hypothetical questions as well. Today I have a slightly more serious question. I don't know if it's serious or not, but it's book related. As far as book things go, I guess it's kind of serious. Here's the question. I think we all agree that writers should not comment on negative reviews. We've all seen the occasional writer meltdown on Goodreads or something, and the kind of the reader backlash in response to that. And maybe you've watched that with disgust or even a little bit of humor. And if you're a writer, you've probably thought, boy, there, but by the grace of God go I. But we all agree writers should not comment and respond to negative reviews, especially in like a combative way. But I think we can all agree that just the best course is just don't comment at all. What I want to ask you, here's my question for you. How about positive reviews? Should authors comment on positive reviews? And I want to focus specifically on like blogs and YouTube videos, because I think, personally at least, I think Goodreads is a little bit different. In my opinion, writers should probably not comment on Goodreads, but I'm curious about your thoughts on blogs and YouTube. I have an opinion, and I'm going to share it with you in a minute, but first, I want to give you a few seconds to think about it. So here's 5 seconds of a random person drinking coffee while you think about this question. All right, I'm back. By the way, that was a stock video. That wasn't like me creepily recording someone drinking coffee. Here's my thoughts on this, and part of the reason I wanted to do this actually was, I've been fortunate enough to have a number of booktubers review my books, which was awesome. And I always feel a little strange because I don't ever comment on reviews of my stuff, and I wonder if those reviewers are like, because a lot of times they're booktubers that I have commented on their other videos. So I wonder if they're like, it's really weird that PT did not, commented on my other videos, but not my review of his book. So part of the reason I wanted to do this video is to kind of explain that like, hey, if you do a video review of my book, I probably watched it and I greatly appreciate it, but I did not comment on it. What I will do is I will tweet about it if a lot of times. And you might be like, what's the difference between, that's an arbitrary distinction, tweeting about it or commenting on it. But to me, here's kind of why I don't comment on reviews, and even the positive ones, and why I think tweeting about it is a little different. To me, your blog or your YouTube channel is kind of like your home. It's your place. And I just feel a little weird about, like, kind of like if you were sitting in your kitchen had a friend over and we're sitting in the kitchen explaining to them about this book you read and what you thought of it, and it was my book. And then like I peeked in the window and I was like, thanks for reading my book. And then, quick ducked out. That'd be very strange. I know it's not quite like that, but at the same time, I do think there's something a little like a review is a sacred place. It's a place for readers. And if I'm sticking my head in there as the writer, I feel like there's something a little weird about that. For one thing, I don't want to be the guy who, like, anytime you mention me on the internet, just has to hop into the conversation. For another thing, I don't want future people who review my book to be thinking about what I'm going to think of their review when they review it. I want the review to be a review of the work, not skewed in any way towards like what I will think of it. And obviously when I'm tweeting about it, they know that I've watched it, of course, too. But I feel like that there's at least a little bit of distance there. I might, if I just tweet about it and say, hey, this person did a cool review of my book. I don't know. For me personally, that's my stance on it. I do not comment on positive reviews, and it has been tough at times. There's been some really good reviews. In fact, Ben, I forgot the name of your channel, Ben Reads Books, had a really good review of my Deadlock trilogy, where he actually made a couple of critical comments that I totally agreed with. And I really wanted to comment and just say, wow, that was a great point. I hadn't thought of it that way, but I totally agree. But because of this kind of like this policy that I've imposed on myself of not commenting on reviews, I did not do that. I think I did comment on 1 or 2 reviews when I was first starting out with BookTube. I think Kitty G reviewed one of my books and I commented on that. That might have been the only one, but now I don't do that anymore. But I'm curious, how do you feel about it? If you were reviewing a book and the author popped in and said, hey, thanks for the review, would that be weird? Would that be cool? How do you feel about the whole thing? Like I said, for me, I want to just kind of draw a line in the sand and say I will never comment on any reviews, positive or negative. But I'm curious how you feel about it. If you're a blogger or a booktuber, and how do you feel if somebody commented on, if a writer commented on your review? And as a writer, if any of you out there are writers and have thoughts on how do you feel about writers commenting on positive reviews, please comment below and tell me what your thoughts are on it. And if you'd like to see the next Questionable Saturday, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. You'll get that along with lots of other cool stuff. That'll do it for me. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.